That Chang'e was beautiful. If that was me, you're gonna have to watch this episode from another website. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Jay the Storyteller and I'm going to go through the story of the famous Chinese novel Journey to the West with you guys. Today we'll continue from the last episode, where Sun Wukong burned down the Guanyin Temple and dealt with the Black Bear Guai. Right after they left the Guanyin Temple, they very soon encountered a new member of the Journey gang, the famous Zhu Bajie. And yes, Black Myth players, your favorite pig, our good uncle, Zhu Bajie. So what's his story and how did he join the Journey gang? Well, without further ado, let's begin. To talk about Zhu Bajie's story, we have to go way back before the journey began. He used to be a celestial god, the Admiral of the Celestial Marine. Quite a high position, I may add, as there were more than 100,000 soldiers under his command. So yeah, he was rather a powerful god of the celestial court. So what happened to him? How did he become a pig? Well, despite his power and position, he seriously lacked self-control. And plus, he had the weakness of women. So, as you can imagine, one day after a feast, he got drunk. And he harassed a Chang'e, the beautiful goddess from the lunar palace, and violated the law of the celestial court. The Jade Emperor was angry and cast him out from the celestial court. Down to the mortal realm, he accidentally reincarnated as a pig. And that's how he went from a highly ranked celestial god to a pig. Pretty sad, huh? I mean, can you blame him? That Chang'e was beautiful. If that was me, you're gonna have to watch this episode from another website. Nah, I was just playing, guys. Rape is wrong. Anyway, back to the pig. Before the journey began, Bodhisattva Guanyin went past a place called the Fuling Mountain on her way to the east and ran into him. At that time, he was just a lonely pig guy with no purpose in life, pretty much just chilling in his den, grab and eat some humans from time to time. Just a regular, everyday, normal pig guy. After hearing his story, Guanyin selected him to be a disciple of the scripture collector to escort him to the west as an atonement for his past sins. And the pig agreed with joy. After all, he used to be a celestial god. He didn't want just to be an evil Yao Guai and live his life meaninglessly. He wanted to be saved, and this offer was his only hope to be saved. And of course, he would take it. After that deal is sealed, Guanyin was like, well, good. By the order of the Buddha, I'm on my way to the east to find the right scripture collector. You shall wait here till the day the scripture collector comes, and be on your way with your master. Before she left, Guanyin gave him a monk name, Zhu Wuneng. In Mandarin, Zhu means pig. Yeah, Guanyin basically gave him a last name based on his true identity, a pig. But here it is, Zhu Wuneng, his monk name given by Guanyin. Yeah, quite similar to Wukong, right? Wukong, Wuneng. And there's another, Wu Jing, the sand monk, which we will talk about in the future. Anyway, after having gone through all that, and Bodhisattva Guanyin told him to obey the Buddhism rules, his nature remained unchanged. Yep, he was still a horny pig. During his waiting for the master, in the Gao village, a village near his pit, the local rich Gao family was looking for a proper husband for their youngest daughter, Gao Cuilan. And obviously they still signed up for it. As a former celestial god and a powerful Yao Guai, transforming into human was a piece of cake. Very soon, he won the favor of the whole Gao family because he was incredibly strong. He was able to finish the works of more than 10 people combined. And the only bad thing was that he ate too much. But that was nothing compared to the value he created. No surprise here, he was approved by the whole family and married their youngest daughter, Gao Cuilan, a very beautiful lady. Oh yes, you already know where this is going. Just like the old days, he got carried away at his wedding ceremony and got so drunk that he had to take a nap. During his nap, he was unable to maintain his transformation, so his true identity revealed. A pig in the groom's outfit. Obviously, everyone was freaked out. You don't see the groom turns into a pig every day. Realizing his cover got blown, he was like, well, screw it. Then he just took Gao Cuilan forcefully and locked her up in a little house as his loving wife. But as a former celestial god, he at least had some morals and principles. He wouldn't touch Gao Cuilan against her will. He wanted that moment to be perfect and with her permission. A horny but romantic pig, I may add. So even though she got kidnapped, Gao Cuilan stayed safe and untouched. It's just that annoying pig comes knocking on the window every night, asking, "Hey darling, have you changed your mind yet? May I come in?" Of course she was gonna say no, but he just kept doing that. On the other hand, Cuilan's parents were doing everything they could to save her. They've hired all kinds of evil repelling masters, monks, Taoists, etc. But there was nothing they could do against the powerful pig guy. But the parents never gave up. They kept sending people to get help. Fortunately, their servant ran into the journey again, Wukong and Tamak, as Wukong saw him sleeping in the wild. At first, he was scared shitless, as he thought he got away from a Yao Guai to another. Because Wukong was also kind of scary looking. But quickly, Tamak explained it to him that they were not Yao Guais, they were monks going to the west. And the servant told them the problem that the family was facing. Wukong got excited. He was like, "Right on, this is what I do." He likes to fight so much that he's constantly looking for fights. So he told the servant, "Alright, lead the way. Let me go deal with this horny, lady-stealing Yao Guai. I'm here, there's nothing you have to worry about." So the servant took them back and introduced them to the Gao couple. And the look of Sun Wukong really scared Mr. Gao, which was perfectly normal, right? I mean, you just don't see a giant talking monkey waving a stick every day, do you? The TV show made him look good, but in the novel, he was really scary looking. So he scared the normal people every time. Anyway, after a brief conversation with the Gao couple, Wukong just went straight to work. He broke into the little house that Gao Cuilan was kept and told Gao Cuilan to live, as he would transform into her and wait for the Yao Guai to come. Now, allow me to just show you the original clip of the next scene, because words cannot describe how classic and funny it was. Alright, here it goes.
那你就进来吧。
好，这太好了。多谢娘子开恩，我老朱来了。娘子，我老朱在这儿有礼了。啊？哦。娘子，你吹灯干什么？黑灯瞎火的，我老朱看不见你。
郎君
啊，
我在这儿呢。
啊，娘子，你既然已经答应我了，你还躲什么？啊？啊？
你长得那么丑，我害怕你。
娘子，我是丑了点儿，要好看还不容易，只是变来变去的太麻烦。再说，妻不嫌夫丑，我看就这么着吧。好。哎呦！
你只管做夫妻，也不管人家心里烦恼。
娘子，你烦恼些什么啊？娘子，你还有哪些不顺心的啊？
你整天云来雾去，不知是哪里人家，什么来历？
我早跟丈人说了，我叫朱刚烈，家住福林山云栈洞。你今儿个又怎么想问这个来了？娘子，你看，都夜深人静了，咱们还是早点安歇了吧？啊，娘子啊，你好大的力气，是不是嫌我来迟了？
还想做夫妻呢？我爹今天请了法师前来想你呢。
什么？法师？我不怕。嘿，就是你爹请下9天荡魔祖师来，他也不敢把我怎么样。
我爹说了，他今天请的是500年前大闹天宫的7天大圣前来想你。
啊，7天大圣？娘子，这是真的？
真的。
哎呀，坏了，坏了，坏了！ 哎呀，我得回家。
哎，回来！你别走啊！
娘子，你不知道啊，那闹天宫的弼马温有些本事，我怕弄不过他，坏了名声啊。我得先回洞府去。我日后再来呀。
郎君，你怎么舍下我一个人就走啊？
哎呀，那可怎么办呢？
哎，我跟你一块儿去。
啊？好，这太好了，娘子走。
我可走不了路啊！
哎，我背着你啊！
郎君，你的洞府到底在哪儿啊？
娘子，你别急，再走1程就到了。哎呀，
还有多远呢？
你别问了。娘子，你怎么这么重了呀？啊？
你背不动我了。
背得动，背得动。哎呀，我实在是，
去你的！
哎呀，我实在是走不动了。哎呦，
你好没羞啊！天蓬元帅，你看看我是谁？你回来，你回来！
娘子啊！
天蓬元帅，你强娶民女，俺老孙岂能容你
？Yeah, that was just beyond hilarious. The actress performed it perfectly and made it such a classic scene. You know, there's actually a popular joke in China that all members in this TV show crew had to be able to do a good monkey acting. Well, that's kind of true, because there are more scenes like this in the future episodes, and they're also pretty funny. So guys, don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss the future episodes. Anyway, after knowing he was tricked, the pig tried to escape because he didn't want to mess with the notorious great sage equal to heaven, a very fearsome name among the Yaoguais. Especially him, you know, he was a former celestial god, so he knew exactly how powerful Wukong was, as he stroked the celestial palace 500 years ago. But of course, Wukong wouldn't let him get away. Then there was the chasing and the fighting. Nothing special here. The only thing worth mentioning was the weapon of Zhu Wu, Nine-Tooth Rake. It was crafted by Supreme Lord Lang, one of the 3 Qing supreme gods in Taoism, one of the top characters in the world, most famous for his master skills of elixir refinement and weapon crafting. So there have been theories arguing that Zhu Bajie's weapon, the Nine-Tooth Rake, was more powerful than Sun Wukong's weapon, the Ruyi Jinggu Bang, because it was crafted by Supreme Lord Lao himself, which made it a true celestial weapon. But anyway, that was just a theory, you know, in case you want to know about Zhu Bajie's weapon. Obviously, the pig wasn't a match for the monkey, and he was like, "Bima Wen, I ain't got beef with you. Why are you doing this to me?" And Wukong wondered how the pig guy knew his name. So they had a brief conversation, and he realized that the pig was the Emerald of the Celestial Marine. In the novel, he actually got back to report this to the master. You know, that he pinned down the pig guy. And he actually made a joke with Mr. Gao. He was like, "Well, that pig was a former celestial god, a very decent match for your daughter. And plus, he did a lot of works for your family and caused no harm. Why don't you just take it and get this over with? Come on, having a pig god as your son-in-law isn't that bad." Yeah, he was just being a smartass. And Tom Monk was like, "No, Wukong, we take this job, we gotta see it through." And Wukong said, "Yeah, fine, I'll stop him for real this time." So he went back to fight the pig. And Zhu Bajie was really annoyed. He was like, "Bima Wen, why aren't you chilling in your Mount Huagong? Why do you keep bothering me?" And Wukong replied, "I've changed. Now I got a proper job. I'm escorting the scripture collector to the west." And the pig got excited. He was like, "What did you say? The scripture collector from the east?" Bring me to him. Bodhisattva Guanyin was asking me to escort him as well. Please bring me to the master. Wukong was skeptical, but he thought, hey, worth a try. So he tied out the pig and brought him back to see the master. After seeing the master, the pig explained everything and they believed him. Tang Monk was happy. Now he had another disciple / bodyguard. Since Bodhisattva Guanyin already gave him a monk name, Zhu Wuneng, Tang Monk decided to give him another nickname, Zhu Bajie. In Mandarin, Bajie translates as 8 disciplines. You know, Tang Monk wanted him to have self-control, be a faithful monk, and obey the Buddhism disciplines. And that's how he got his most famous name, Zhu Bajie. Not exactly willingly, Zhu Bajie joined the journey again, and they continued their journey to the west. Look at him, horny pig. And that was the story of Zhu Bajie, a former celestial god punished for being horny, and yet remained to be horny. But despite all that, he was important in the journey, and he did contributed a lot in the journey, which you will see from the future episodes. But anyway, I'm Jay the Storyteller, and thank you for watching this episode. If you like this video, please subscribe so that you don't miss the future Journey to the West episode. And it means a lot to me. Thank you. Alright, time for the comment Q&A. You know, where you can ask me anything you want to know about China, about Chinese culture, or about me personally, and I'll try my best to answer them in the next episodes. Today, I want to talk about a question from the last episode, which was a very good question. That is, what's the difference between Chinese and Western mythology? And by the way, dude, I like your username. For a moment there, I thought it was the actual speed. You know, got me excited. But anyway. Yeah, that was a very good question and very hard to answer, you know, because Western and Chinese culture are very different in many ways. But let me try to answer that question in one sentence. Now, I could be completely wrong and biased, but the way I see it, when humans encounter natural disasters such as world-dooming flood, in Western mythology, it would be like, everyone stay loyal and faithful. God will save us. On the other hand, in Chinese mythology, it would be like, screw this water, guys. We shall fight to the last one of us. Together, humans will triumph over nature. And I think that's the biggest difference between Chinese and Western mythology. But hey, like I said, I could be completely wrong and biased. You know, I don't know that much about Western mythology. Hell, I don't even know that much about my own Chinese mythology to call myself an expert. So guys, feel free to correct me in the comment section, and I'll be glad to take them. But anyway, back to our Journey to the West story. Now that Zhu Bajie has joined the journey again, what's next? What's their next challenge? What's the first enemy that Sun Wukong and Zhu Bajie face together? Well, 欲知后事如何，且听下回分解。